Hey guys, we're here with the King, Gordon Ryan, just coming off double gold victory at ADCC 2019. How you feeling?
Feeling good. Feeling ready for Paul Harris now. So,
Awesome.
just did a little bit of a party on Sunday, and now I'm back to training. So
Awesome. How do you think that matchup will compare with some of the matchups you had at ADCC this weekend?
I feel like Paul Harris is definitely more dangerous than all the guys that I competed against as far as submissions go. Not as good positionally, but a lot more dangerous with submissions. So it's definitely, I think, more of an issue than anyone that I competed against.
Gotcha. Now, was ADCC, did it go as you expected it to?
I told everyone I was going to double gold, so that was the plan. Thank God I did, or else I would just get crushed by the haters. It went well. I was looking to get 8 out of 8 submissions. I got 6 out of 8, but other than that, I'm happy about it.
It seems like maybe you tailor your game a little bit more to the rule set also at ADCC. Like maybe we see you open up sometimes a little bit more.
Yeah, for sure. The rules make a big difference. There's a big difference between being a high level technically and high level tactically. If you look at a lot of the guys, even like veterans like Vinny, just made tactical mistakes that lost him the match. Nicky had a really tactical match with Paul and Miao, and even if you're there tactically, a lot of times the people who win are more, or even if you're good technically, the people who win are more tactical. Being good at jiu-jitsu and winning don't necessarily correlate. You can be good at winning without being good at jiu-jitsu. So you gotta play the rules as well as actually have good jiu-jitsu.
Was there anybody in particular that you were looking forward to going up against at this ADCC?
I was looking to compete against Vinny because Vinny was the only one that was competing. I'm pretty sure that actually holds a win over me without being avenged. But he lost in the semifinals. He made a tactical mistake and shot and wasn't on his knees for 3 seconds, and then set the guard. So they gave his opponent 2 points for a takedown. So I didn't get to fight him. And then Buchecha, because everyone knows Buchecha. Buchecha is the greatest of all time, and I've been trying to get a match with him for a while, so it was fun to compete against him.
Absolutely. That was my next question. So do you feel like Buchecha is, aside from yourself, you feel like Buchecha is the best grappler of all time?
He's definitely the most accomplished, yeah. He's got 13, should be 14 really. He gave the last absolute title to Leandro. But he's essentially a 14-time world champion, 2 or 3-time ADCC champions. He's right up there with anyone. If anyone's going to be the greatest of all time, he's got to be in the conversation.
So does that make you the greatest of all time now?
I think Nogi. I'm not the most accomplished as far as ADCC goes, but I think my overall resume as far as Nogi Jiu-Jitsu is the most impressive. I don't just win, I submit people, and I have all the titles. I have all the titles that you can win Nogi, like multiple Nogi Worlds titles, multiple ADCC titles, Nogi Pan titles, EBI titles. Like I have all the titles, and I'm very dominant in the way that I submit people, or the way that I beat people. I have pretty much the highest submission rate in the sport, so I think that puts me on top for Nogi, best ever kind of talk.
So what do you think? So you mentioned most accomplished in ADCC. I think you're probably giving it to Marcelo. What do you think you have to do to match that?
Most accomplished in weight divisions is Marcelo. Most accomplished overall is Andre Galvao. He has 6 golds.
Gotcha.
Marcelo has 4 weight division golds. Now you can make an argument that Galvao has 6 golds, but he only does super fights, which a lot of people think are easier than doing a full division every year. But as far as ADCC, I just have to keep winning super fights, and I want to do my division next year. So if they let me do a weight class, which has never been done before, if they let me do my weight class and the super fight, that'll make me a 5-time champion. So I'm still 1 behind Galvao, but I still think my ADCC runs are more impressive. If you look at Andre's first 2 ADCCs, he didn't even win 1 gold medal. So, as far as being an ADCC greatest of all time, I think Andre Galvao is definitely, by at least titles, has the most. Most impressive to me was Hodger because he got 8 out of 8 submissions, and that's never been done. So if you look, for me, the most impressive person is Hodger. But as far as if you just do just based on titles, it's definitely Andre.
Gotcha. Do you think you'll see Galvao in 2021?
No. As of right now, he agreed to it, and he did the press for it and everything, which he should. Even if he wasn't going to do it, he should do it just to get the notoriety. But I think he's going to sit back and not do anything for the next 2 years. He's not going to compete. And when he sees what I'm going to do the next 2 years, I don't think he's going to I don't think he's going to show up.
He's going to be scared.
Yeah, I mean, well, it'll be funny if he actually does show up because someone offered him $300,000 to compete against me, and he said no. So now you have to do it for the super fight for like a tenth of that price. So that'll be funny if we actually have to do fight.
Yeah. Wow. Awesome. So, who's your favorite grappler aside from yourself, outside of
our
your
team?
Who do you respect the most? Who do you like to watch the most?
You know, I really like Keenan because he does something unique. My two favorites probably are, or three favorites probably are, in no particular order, Keenan, Nicholas Marigali, and Hodger, because they're guys who go out to actually fight to submit people. You know, Marigali has one of the highest submission rates, Hodger has one of the highest submission rates, and Keenan is unique and has one of the highest. Anyone who goes out to actually do jiu-jitsu, I admire.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree 100%. Who do you hate?
I mean, I don't really hate anyone. I definitely hate AJ. I can't stand AJ Agazarm just because he tried to fuck me out of money one time, and he's just like a real dirtbag. But I don't really hate anyone besides that. I mean, I troll everyone, but I don't really hate everyone. I do believe that Dylan is a clown, but I don't hate him. I just think he's just an idiot. So, but everyone else, I'm pretty okay with.
Yeah. So you mentioned you troll everyone. You know, I think you're the king of trolling also.
That's definitely undisputed.
How far off of who you actually are at heart is that?
Well, I mean, listen, the stuff that I do say, like, I believe.
Yeah.
And like, if someone came up and like told me how much I sucked in person, like, I would probably just be like, yeah, fuck you, like, just like I do online. But no one actually says that in person.
Yeah.
So I don't ever get to like react like that. But you know, I don't leave people alone. The only time I ever fire back at people is when they actively attack me. So you know, if you leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. But I mean, I definitely do believe the things that I say. Like, if I say I'm gonna go win, I believe that. If I say that, you know, fuck this guy, he's never gonna win anything, I do believe that.
Yeah.
But you know, it's all fun for me.
All fun. Gotcha. Now, tell us who's your best training partner? Who gives you the toughest time in the room?
Right now, in different ways, there's different people, but right now, overall, it's probably Craig Jones as far as just a full overall role. The person who threatens me most, like as in terms of submissions, is Gary, and the person who gives me the hardest time with physicality, like to submit upper body, is Nick Rodriguez. Like, believe it or not, like, if you enter into his legs, it's a little bit easier because he's just not as experienced there. But upper body, Nick is the hardest person I've ever had to try to submit.
Wow.
Which is insane because he doesn't know like any moves, and he's only been training a year. But it's just so disheartening.
Yeah, kind of on that subject too, there was a lot of talk after ADCC from some particular people, Cyborg specifically, about perceived favoritism from some of the refs.
A Brazilian talking about favoritism is just the most amazing thing that I've ever listened to, because Brazilians have been getting favored for like the last 3 decades. And like all the biggest IBJJF events, so that's just incredible to me. Also, the guys from Finland that they're accusing of being favorites, like, don't even know the guy. Like, they've never met Nicky Rod before. Like Cyborg's been competing for 10 years at ADCC. It's like Nicky Rod's first ADCC. Why would they like him more than Cyborg? Doesn't make any sense.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So
I agree 100%. Last question. MMA, is that on your radar? And if so,
yeah, I haven't really, been thinking about it too much because the ADCC camps are pretty serious. My last year really has just been focusing on getting my knee healthy, and getting ready for this ADCC. So, I have a couple more matches coming through the end of the year. I have the Pajares match, Gabriel Gonzaga, and Rodolfo, my super fights that I have lined up right now. So I'm just trying to get through this year and, make up for the first half of the year where I couldn't compete, and then I'm going to go from there. So right now, I have my sights set on the big Rodolfo match, and then I'm going to kind of figure out what I'm going to do after that.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it, Gordon.
Thanks, guys.